The man from UTEP, this is Aaron Jones. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down.
Brings up 2nd and 11 at the 35-yard line.
There they try to sweep to Jones. After getting stuffed on first down, not much better there. 2-yard gain.
In today's NFL, you hear all the time about stretching the field and creating space in order to run plays. A toss play will help accomplish that because now you're pushing a defense to chase you all the way to the edges and to the sideline. That's a nice run, probing now early to try and get things done later.
Throwing is Rodgers on 3rd down. Looking deep for Adams. And the defense loses him. It's complete. Touchdown, Packers. Davante Adams, 63 yards. And they are able to strike first here on their opening drive. An ideal start for them, really. You force the punt, and then you go down and score.
And you've got to see a fist pump on the sideline from the head coach, don't you? Because he's turning to his bench, and he's telling his team, this is how we prepare. Force the punt, go downfield and score. I told you guys, it's just like a boxer in the gym preparing for the fight. Now we get to turn it all loose.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And they'll certainly be trying to do better than that first drive where they went 3 and out.
And sometimes the first drive is just simply to settle nerves. You know what it's like at the start of a game with the emotion. Guys are a little bit jumpy.
But you do.
Oh, you understand the same way. It's just like us calling one, right? Making sure we ease into the game, let it come to us.
Well, you went 3 and out.
And now they have that opportunity.
No, you didn't go 3 and out. I went 3 and out on that first drive. I'll try to do better here. Prescott looks to throw on first. And there is Amari Cooper, his first catch. Give him 18 on that one, and it's a Dallas first down.
It's a game of matchups, and that's why you take your receivers and move them around a bunch, especially your best guys. And when they work out of the slot, you often hear the coaches talk about how great it is because it gives you a two-way go. You can break out or you can break in. That makes it hard to defend.
A first down carry by Elliott. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. It's a gain of 12, and the Cowboys pick up the first.
Would you say this offense is locked in right now?
They're having no trouble on this drive. What is it, 3 plays, 3 first downs?
Yeah, you talk about on the march. They keep this up, they'll get to that end zone real fast.
Here we go, 46.
On 1st and 10, Prescott. Escaping the pressure. And he's going to lose a yard or two. Taken down behind the line. Zadarius Smith in there to drop him for a loss on the play. Looking to throw on 2nd down. Prescott. He's got the connection to Cooper. And he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play. After 7-0 on EA Sports. A 2nd down completion got him 7. Now here's 3rd and 3. Out of the gun. Here's Prescott. And that's knocked away and incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
It would be a very makeable field goal try from here, but instead they're going to go for it.
Watch the ship. Watch the ship. Hey, watch the ship. Watch the ship. Here we go. Going to 54. Line in. Here we go. Going to 54. Going to 54. Line in. Heavy.
Now Prescott on 4th down. And that is going to be incomplete. Blake Martinez, the linebacker, was there in coverage to disrupt. Well, I guess they wanted to get that touchdown right back on their first drive, but failed to do so.
And what they have to be careful of is pushing so hard to stay right there, to stay even with their opponent, that they gas themselves out. You know, it's almost like horse racing. Sometimes you don't want to take your horse right to the front and let them do all the work, and then someone catch them at the end and pass them up. You want to make sure you moderate what you're doing along the way and then go for the big finish.
14 yards, good for a Packer first down.
First and 10 at the 34-yard line.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Now the toss to Jones, running right. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
You got 58.
Rodgers with a give. It's Aaron Jones. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
To throw on 3rd down. Rodgers. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Defensive end DeMarcus Lawrence applied the heat. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
They're going to line up to go for this on 4th down. Rodgers stays on the field. Now it's Rodgers. Open man is Allison, complete. And getting this just shy of midfield. They'll spot it at the 49. 17 yards on the play there as the Packers have the first down as well. 2 first downs have them up near midfield now on 1st and 10. On the counter, here's Jones. And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on 1st down.
And when you're trying to set up a counter play, it's what a lot of people call an influence play. You're really hoping those defensive linemen are really agile that day. If they stayed out late the night before the game, they're not moving as fast, it's a lousy call because that means they're just going to sit in the hole that you hope to create just by the movement of your offensive line.
And there they got the ball to the outer third of the field, but tackled behind the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, things get stacked up in there if they don't move as well as you want them to, and probably just trying to escape and couldn't get away.
Now play number 7 of this drive, but it's a tough 3rd and 9. To throw is Rodgers. He's got Adams on the hookup. And he's going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at the Cowboys' 36. On 1st down, Rodgers. Flush to his right. And seeing no options, he just tosses this one away, incomplete. Now that'll bring up 2nd down. Well, the incompletion, yes, but maybe here not the worst thing in the world?
No, not on 1st and 10. It actually gives them a chance to regroup, relax just a little bit. They huddle up, talk it over, then they get a chance to continue their drive.
They'll try again from the 36 on 2nd and 10.
Check. SOS. Go to 50. Hey, you block over here. Check right 54. Line X3. 218. Chop.
Throwing again. Rodgers throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete. Sean Lee, the linebacker, able to get a hand in coverage.
Feels like they're getting caught in between here because they didn't completions on first and second down. Now you got to worry a little bit about the clock because you prefer not to give them another shot here in the first half. But if you don't pick up the first down, guess what? You're likely going to have to.
Now Rodgers. This complete to Jones. And he's going to get this to the 31, but that is still well short of what he needed. They converted once earlier in this drive, but they'll roll the dice here again on fourth down. Rodgers to throw for it on fourth. He's got his man, Valdes-Scantling. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. Into the red zone, it's Rodgers. And that'll be incomplete.
I know coaches tell us all the time that having a powerful arm isn't the #1 thing they look for in a quarterback. But when you're trying to throw inside routes and you need to put some heat on it, it helps to have the big gun. In this case, just a little bit too much.
Rodgers will try again on second down. Got an open man. It's Valdes-Scantling. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for third down. Off the play fake to Jones. Here's Rodgers. And he's going to be dropped. Back at the 15-yard line. Now the Packers going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in this first half of action. The decision to go for it on fourth has worked out twice on this drive already. Here we go again on fourth down. They'll go for it. It's Rodgers to Valdes-Scantling over the middle. Now the Packers going to burn their third and final timeout as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in this first half. Shotgun now for Rodgers. And it's caught. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. Nice job defensively to hold him to 4, and now it's second and goal. So we've hit intermission. It's halftime. This is the NFL, and it's a presentation of EA Sports. So it's the Packers set to receive the kick. They've got the lead as well as we are underway in the third quarter. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. They have the lead now. They'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the third quarter.
I like the way you term that because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies. Try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
We'll see if they do just that. Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. How about the defensive effort from both of these teams that we've seen in this game?
Would you say it's like a high-stakes chess match right now?
Chess is one way to go. Yeah, I like it.
Okay, the only reason I say that, you feel like they're contemplating their moves before actually making one, and none of them being done very confidently.
Truth be told, I've never played chess, and I know that I'm not smart enough to play chess. Guys like you with your IQ, you can pull that off.
Yeah, baby, boom!
And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. From the gun, it's Rodgers. Well, the two men come together, and it's incomplete. Excellent work defensively, brings up 4th down.
They went with the dime look that time on defense, just flooded the field with defensive backs, blanketed everyone, took away all the passing angles, thus the incompletion.
They've been brilliant, perfect on 4th down so far, 3 for 3, and they're going to try again here. Here we go on 4th down with Rodgers. It's complete, swings it out to his running back. And unable to break away, they stop him a few yards shy. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And Dallas, they'll take over in terrific field position. They'll try and get the running game going with Elliott. And he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
They go to Elliott again. And a pretty good run there as he gets 7 down to the 33. And he's got this pretty close to a first down as the tackle is made at the Packers' 33. They'll try and run for it with Elliott. And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36. It's a loss of a full 3 yards, and it brings up 4th down. And before this 4th and 3 play, we're going to get whistles and a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter. So the kick from here on a field goal would have been right at 53 yards. But instead, offense out there. They're going for it. Now Prescott. He's going to have his running back. It's complete. Touchdown, Cowboys. Ezekiel Elliott, 36 yards. As they are an extra point away now from tying this football game. Big 4th down conversion for the score, and the defense, that is a tough pill to swallow.
Big time for them. How about them just deciding to go for it on 4th down and, forget the field goal, because that looked like an easy 3 points. Yeah, you might have had a defensive breakdown in there, but they pressed the issue and found a way to get it into the end zone. Give them big credit for that.
Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. This will be taken to the back of the end zone.
Come on, now, let's go. At their own 25-yard line.
About set to get this drive started. The Green Bay offense at the line. Their defense has done the job. Now it's the offense's turn as they've got it 1st and 10. Now a run on 1st down is not going to get off the ground as they will get him behind the line of scrimmage for a loss of 3. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And it'll bring up a 2nd and 13.
Keep playing hard, fellas, all day. Woo! Let's get it. 319, 54, right, 54. It's our field.
Working from the gun, Rodgers. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on third down. We saw this a lot in the first half, and it continues. These receivers just not able to get much separation.
So that means they have to win the 50-50 balls. They've got to go up with the defender and find a way to start coming down with them.
And this time, contact and another incomplete pass. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down.
They're not ready for this.
Shotgun now for Rodgers. Gets this to his running back, Aaron Jones. And he gets this up just shy of the 30 to the 29 before he's out of bounds.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
So on fourth down, they're going to go again. Keep in mind they're 3 of 4 so far in these situations. They do go for it. It's Rodgers. Now this is incomplete. Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out. And Dallas, they'll take over in terrific field position.
Kill. Under.
They'll run on first down. Elliott. And only able to muster a couple down to about the 27.
I have to think a major focus of the halftime meetings had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the first level, make sure that block's secured before they slide off and try and chip someone at the second level.
Check, 42's the mark. Kill.
Again, it's Elliott. And they're able to swarm him behind the line, and his rough night continues. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up third down.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the third quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
So they've been unable to capitalize on the great field position as of yet. Here's 3rd and 9.
46.
To throw is Prescott. And this is going to be caught. He won the fight for the football. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. It'll be 1st and goal when we come back. And that'll do it for the end of the second quarter. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. And the question now, how do they want to work the clock here on 1st and goal? A field goal would give them the late lead. Now Elliott. And it's been like this all night long. Nowhere to run as they stop him behind the line. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down. They'll try again with Elliott. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for 3rd down.
His path became similar to almost running a stretch play, didn't it? Trying to find a crease, anywhere to put his foot in the ground and cut back. It just never materialized.
A lot of tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play, 3rd and goal. They'll turn to the power game at Olawale. And that one going nowhere from the start as he's met in the backfield and goes backwards. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that will bring up an interesting decision here on 4th and goal. Likely the play of the game here, trailing in the final quarter and going for it on 4th and goal. The Cowboys going to use their 2nd timeout now. That's going to leave them with just one remaining here in this fourth quarter. So the field goal unit is on the field as this is a big spot right here. This for a fourth quarter lead. So the drive here ends with a field goal. It does give them the lead, but this one's still certainly a long ways from over.
It definitely puts a lot of pressure on your defense to hold the lead, right? They're happy to have it and happy to be out there trying to do so. But I know as a former player, in the back of their mind, they're thinking, why don't you score the touchdown and seal this thing?
And from back there, a wise move. He'll just sit on this one, and it'll come out to the 25. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And on that last drive, went for it on fourth, turned it over. A good job by their defense, though. They held them to 3, but this offense, they've got to be a little bit better, a little bit more careful here.
And sometimes when you see these calls on fourth down, when they decide to go for it, it's not necessarily the coach saying, I believe in my offense. Sometimes the coach saying, I believe in my defense. I can afford to go for it here, because if we don't get it, I don't think we'll give up more than 3, and that's exactly what happened there.
You think that factored in?
I do. I think that he had that in his mind going into the game, that I'm going to be aggressive on offense because I know I've got a defense that can hold up their end.
And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. Give him 15 there, and the Packers have a first.
For a lot of guys playing this game, there's no better feeling than running right through a tackle. He's able to lower his center of gravity and churn his legs for a really nice pickup.
On 1st and 10, here's Rodgers. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. The sack by Robert Quinn.
Hindsight is 20/20, partner. Maybe they should have kept it on the ground again.
Well, it almost looked like the O-line was run blocking again. I mean, they opened up a big hole last time. This time they opened up a hole, and the quarterback got sacked. Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on 2nd down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. Out of the shotgun, it's Jones. Give him 6 on the run. They're going to be faced now with a 3rd and 12. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. Flushed out right. And incomplete. He had nowhere to throw, so he just tossed it away. But that brings up 4th.
It's 4th down.
One score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. The Packers go for it. Rodgers. And no, it's incomplete. Boy, it looked like he had it and dropped it. And Dallas, they'll take over in terrific field position. And they'll try to squeeze in one more play here before the 2-minute warning. 10th carry now for Elliott. Inside of 2 minutes remaining in a 2-point ball game. So the Cowboys in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They've got a 2nd down now as they search for a way to get this one to the finish line. They'll keep it on the ground. It's Elliott. And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36. A gain of just a yard, but it's a 1st down. Whistles now and a timeout. So defensively they burn it here with 1:51 left. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Elliott running right. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. Now the Packers going to go ahead and use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. Second and 12, and you'd have to assume another all-out effort to stop the run is coming. They'll run with Elliott. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Maybe a gain of a yard that time, but from the spot, actually no gain. So 3rd and long. Now the Packers going to burn their 3rd and final timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. It looks like the Packers have added an extra DB on 3rd down. Now Prescott. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off at the 28. And the return here is stopped at the 35-yard line. You got the slim lead late and the football, so why are you throwing it there?
Remember during the year when we asked one of the head coaches, if you're in this spot, why would you throw the ball? And he talked about trusting his quarterback and trusting his offense. Still. And then at the end he kind of went, yeah, not really a good reason.
Here's a throw that's taken in out of the backfield.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8.
So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on 1st down.
Inside. 54, right there. 54, Mike. I'm coming.
Back to throw, Rodgers. He completes it to Jones. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. That one good for 37 yards.
A lot of running backs in the passing game, they're just used to check it down to them or maybe dump off passes. But this guy, they use him to stretch the field, don't they?
He stretched it right there, turned it into a really nice game. Jalen Smith, the Notre Dame man, in on the tackle.
I know they got a little yardage there, but I'm not sure their investment is right. They're still running the football, and I'm not sure there's enough time to continue to do that.
They'll go again to Jones. Oh, no, he lost the football. It's picked up by the Cowboys, and they're going to take over right there at the 22-yard line.
Well, that simply is a missed opportunity. They're in position. If they take the ball downfield and score, they've got a chance to win the game. Instead, they cough it up. I don't think next week at practice is going to be a whole lot of fun for him.
On the other side, no bigger time to force a turnover when you've got that small lead.
Yeah, and when you look at it from the offense's perspective, taking care of the ball is so important. I know they're going to have all kind of ball security drills in practice all next week.